Adding distortion is a difficult aspect to grasp for both beginner and advanced vocalists. In today's vocal screaming tutorial, I'll be going over which muscles I use to add distortion to my fry scream safely while avoiding damage. If any of that interests you, let's jump right in. I'll go over a few exercises from last episode, so if you haven't seen that yet, I'll leave it right here and I'll also leave it in the description below. To scream safely, you want to avoid using your throat as much as possible and to use the surrounding muscles to shape your tone instead. Distortion comes in tandem with using a few different techniques all fused at the same time. First, let's get comfortable with the muscles that you're going to use when screaming: the abdomen, the chest, and your diaphragm. To scream, you basically want to shift your attention from your abdomen, like a flex feeling, all the way up to your internal diaphragm, up in here. I'm going to go over that same exercise where you raise your comfortable note to a high point and then you hit your breaking point, and then from that point you start adding distortion, and the distortion's in your chest. So it'll sound like this. This whole technique is getting that note and then raising it to your high note and then using your stomach and flexing your abs, but like it's like as if you're flexing your abs but raising the feeling from from your abs up here to up here. Oh! Hey! So you'll kind of feel it like internally. Hey! Basically, it's that whole exercise where you're pushing out the consonants and you're pushing out the S's and the SH, shh, the V, V, B, like any of that kind of sound. Get used to the muscles that you're using to push those sounds out, and that's where the distortion in the scream is coming from. Shh, shh, ah, ah, shh, shh. To change the pitch of your scream, you want to focus your attention to different sections of your uvula, as well as changing the direction of your Adam's apple. For instance, when I'm doing a low pitch scream, I'm shifting my attention to the back of my uvula, as well as dropping my Adam's apple, like so. That way I'm shifting my airflow and I'm using my throat less. Ah! Ah! Hey! So before I get to the last principle, I just want to say if you're finding any of this useful and you want to help support the channel, the best thing you can do is to like, comment, and subscribe. I will be posting more vocal and metal production videos, so make sure you don't miss it. Just make sure to subscribe. It really does make a difference in the algorithm and I greatly appreciate it. Thanks. The last principle in tandem with the first two is to add the feeling of a quiet, airy scream. It's like the same muscles you would use when you're pretending to scream. You're basically closing your throat only slightly to compress the air coming out. It should sound like this. Yeah, 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 yeah. You're adding only a little bit of that. And you're kind of controlling the distortion with just how much you're flexing. It's different from flexing your chest and your pecs. It feels like a tension here, whereas the emotion and the feeling is more so like flexing your stomach, but internally up in here instead of your pecs. Hey! Yeah! So thank you for watching. If you have any more questions, feel free to leave them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Appreciate you watching and I'll see you next time. See ya.